Hello everyone, my name is Kipty and welcome to Minotaur Hotel. Now, I'm going to start off by saying this is the NSFW version. Don't know why I couldn't say that, because why the hell not? I don't plan to play it fully because I know there will be things on here that are not good for YouTube. So the plan is just to play the game as far as I can before there is some form of nudity. Whether that will be in the first 5 minutes, the first 5 seconds, or we somehow get to 5 episodes. I don't know. It'd be funny if I click on new game and there's this giant penis or something there, but yeah, we'll just carry on, and then once we hit the nudity, I'll probably play this on my own, because there's no point in playing Risk with the YouTube bots at this point. I got away with it with Hush Hush, but with this game, probably not. So let's just jump into it. Oh, no, we're just gonna We're just gonna go for it, just to see how far we can get. Across the sea you shall find the island of Crete, from which the tyrant Minos demanded tribute in the form of Athens' finest youth. Oh god. Upon arrival, they were sent to a foul location erected by Daedalus, I'm bad with names, the great architect. 'Twas a labyrinth in which lived the bull of Minos. The hybrid was conceived when the tyrant's wife, a once sacred nymph, was stricken by a lustful curse, making her take the bull's lurch. I am going as slow as I can to make the most of this video. The result was the monster called Asterion, half bull, half man. Having no place in nature, he took to consuming human flesh. He lived in the labyrinth, feeding off of Athenians, but among the sacrifices came a distinguished hero, Theseus, future king. The bright-eyed Athenian captivated the passions of Princess Aride, who revealed the secret to defeating the Minotaur. Later, the victorious prince's bronze sword shone splendidly under the sun, as he and the princess sailed away from Crete to Naxos. Prologue: the deed. You don't remember much about that night. Ooh. Your travels have taken you far from home. You were halfway dead after all the nights tossing and turning under unfamiliar ceilings. It was 3 a.m, and it felt as if you hadn't slept in a proper bed for at least 2 nights. You were pulling all the spirit you had left to keep you going, grinding your mind to dust. But it will soon be over. You were so close to home. Just one more bus ride, one long enough for a good night's sleep. Until then, however, you had to keep yourself awake. You got up and set out to explore the station. The whole place was a sorry sight. It didn't have much, and what little it had was poorly maintained. The bathroom was an atrocious mess. The lobby's floor was stained with age. The asphalt on the terminals were cracking. Even so, it had built to last. Decorated with brutal obsidian pillars cut right out of the earth itself, and marble tiles polished into Lathrian patterns. Words. God, don't know why. I'm just going to carry on. The walls were lined with statues and grotesque styles. Their aggregated expressions locked in wide-eyed screams. Fucking Mel. Fucking hell. Fucking Mel. Who's fucking Mel? The ceiling was covered with lattice reproductions of paintings. Michelangelo's The Creation of Adam, and a bit up ahead, Picasso's Words. Oh god, I need to get out more and read. Sorry. The lobby seemed to extend forever onwards, lined on either side by rows of closed-down stores. The elevator music playing for some unseen speaker was enough of a distraction to keep you going. Oh, this is fancy. A sudden crackling of static broke the song. You had found your way to a cafe, populated solely by an old radio and an even older gentleman. Oh, I think the time has caught up with him. His skin was paper thin. He held a cup of coffee, and every time he sipped from it, his shaking hands would spill half the contents. The old man's gaze passed over you a few dozen times before he realized you were there. As he looked at you, he patted the stool beside him and shook his hand in your direction. He poured a cup for you. Will he give it to me or just leave it on the side, because I don't want him scalding my balls or something? You sit, hunch over the counter, and take a sip. A breeze of light pours over your face. You can't even register what it tastes like. You just know right then and there that you are alive and wide awake. You look to your side, to the old man. His face is contorted into some form of distress, lips quivering and his eyes dart to and fro. He puts a hand over each of his pockets, face still locked in fear, until his right hand falls over his breast pocket. He breathes a sigh of relief and looks at you. He starts talking, but not a language you understand. He's not even looking at you. His gaze wanders around with seemingly no goal, but eventually he finds a thread you can follow. You seem like a traveller type. You remind me of... what's his face? He hesitates, glances around, mulls over his words. Yes, you remind of myself in the younger days. He looked ahead and took a sip of his drink. You catch a glimmer in his eyes, a sudden wakefulness. I was a fool. Never settled down and squandered my one chance at a proper life. Felt the road would always take me in. Do you know where the bathroom is? I might have peed myself. Ending up throwing away the one place I could call a home. It's been rotting for who knows how long, and I'm old. Have you seen the cranberries? I don't know. Always wondered if someone would ever take over and treat it right. Now, you do remind me of myself, but I wasn't a good man. Hopefully you don't have the mean streak I had. Well, I'm figuring things out. Wouldn't say I'm a great person or anything, but oh, it's me! Whoops. Wouldn't say I'm a great person or anything, but I suppose I'm finding my way. Is that so? I suppose that's as good as it gets. At least nowadays you can try. Back in my day, my father treated me like dirt, and no one batted an eye. I saw that happen a lot too. I wasn't the only one. It makes beasts out of my siblings and I, having a father like that. But don't you think I'm blaming him? You can only point the finger at your dad for so long, eh? At least eventually I found a way to make a living. How about you, young man? Have you found a calling? Oh, my background, God. Humanities, leader, arts, tech, math, speedrunner. You get additional loot from exploration. You may turn the danger of into advantage. Okay. I don't know. Yeah, fuck it, we'll just go arts here. A man of culture, yes. Now that's very scarce these days. The old man rambles in the same language from before. Sometimes he will stop and stare at you, as if expecting a response. A nod or a grunt is enough to keep him going. His voice becomes graver and deeper as night goes on. It is soothing in a way, even if at times he will again allude to having a rough, sorrowful past. Eventually he stops it, and his gaze seems to shine on lunicity once more. My God, my brain does not want a word today. I must say I am terribly sorry. I'm afraid I never asked for your name. What is your name? Big Dick Biggie. Gravout. Gravout. I'm glad to meet you, Gavelt. I'm sorry for your name, though. The old man's eyes become glazed again, and his hands start shaking. Coffee spills everywhere, but it's gone cold already. You seem like a well-travelled man. Oh, travelling when I was younger was so different. Now you can be on the other side of the globe in a day or two. Oh, how the world has changed. There was this one time I talked with my brother just about this topic. Back home there was a fine yard where we spent so many summers eating and drinking. I remember it so well. It's like a moving picture. And you know what he told me? That when we were young, there was so much wonder and magic around us. It's true. We could walk down the road, a stony little thing from Roman times, and when we were children, once or twice a week, we see ghosts riding from cairns and crosses and to mingle about. I am losing my voice. But things have changed so much. I think it's the eternality, spirits, and the arcane don't mix well with it. Or maybe it's something in the eyes. My brother, he used to say it's because mankind lacks pity down nowadays. Yeah. The unknown is not as frightful either. So much mystery has been lost. And so the bridge with the fantastical broke down. The old man freezes for a moment, then looks back at you. Oh, I'm rambling again, was I? I'm so sorry. I have a lot on my mind. Don't worry about it. It's interesting to hear. I've seen some shit too. I've seen a thing or two which I can't see science ever explaining. The world is more mysterious place than we like to think. Perhaps fantastical things aren't as common, but they manage to slip by the cracks every once in a while. Anyone who travels as much as I did will eventually stumble on something of this sort. Or perhaps the supernatural is out there, speaking in whispers instead of speaking plainly. Whispers. You are quite a sensitive young man. There's humility in sensing how much there is out there yet to be learnt. Perhaps, yes, you seem good. Special. Perhaps you will do. Wait, what? Here, I'd like you to have this. I'm sure you'll take better care of it than I did. What the hell are you giving me, old man? The old man takes another piece of paper from his breast pocket and extends it to you. Why is everything going black? Oh, that's fine. The deed of the place I told you about, the one I squandered. I'm old, tired, and keep pissing my pants. I would like someone to have it. I've been looking for an heir for a while now, and I don't quite feel like I have any more time to waste. Just take it. It's yours. A grandiose place, a hotel. Time's taken a toll, but you will love it. Just please take care of it. Be good. For the love of God, please take it. Don't look in the basement. Give him a purpose. You raise an eyebrow at him. Did this old man try to give you a hotel just like that? Now who would do that? His wandering gaze betrays his salinity. At times he seems outright confused, as if he didn't know how he got here in the first place. You can't take it. It would be right to take advantage of someone like him. And that's assuming the piece of paper is a deed. It might just be a used napkin with a nice seal. I can actually see that. The old man's gaze wanders around, with his hands still extended. He squints his eyes at you, then looks down to the paper. He struggles to put his thoughts together, but for a brief moment his expression grows firm and lucid. You must think I'm crazy, but please understand, this is my last chance to do it right. I have so many skeletons in the closet, this might clear them. Just take the fucking deed. Sure, if I reject, there's no game, so we're gonna accept. You give in to the old man's pleas. You're just accepting the piece of paper, after all. It's probably nothing, and if it is indeed something important, you can try returning it. You obtain the old deed. To take your items, over the menu and go to the items sub screen. Okay, I'll do that when we get the chance. Or could we do that now? Items. Okay, it's just that. Okay. The old piece of paper. This old piece of parchment looks unimaginably ancient. Older than you, that's for sure. But the wax in it seems reasonably new, perhaps even fresh. You break open the seal and examine the paper's contents. It's gibberish written in the alphabet you've never seen before. Well, it would seem like this is all for nothing. You stick the deed in your jacket's pocket. You look back up to the old man. The corners of his mouth wrinkle, and he shakes ever so slightly. But his joy is so short-lived. His gaze wanders once again. When his focus returns to you, he furrows his brow, taking in each of your features one at a time. The old man mumbles something to himself, takes a sip of coffee, and smiles. You are a very kind young man, Gravout. I don't like the name, though. He remembers your name, at least. You check the wristwatch, and the numbers of 2 have turned into gibberish. You take it you've spent too long here. You collect your luggage, say your farewell to the old man, and thank him for the wonderful coffee. He subtly bows to you. No, Gravout. It is I who should be grateful. It was a pleasure dealing with you. And now I go die in a corner. You leave the cafe and make your way to the bus terminal. The station is deserted, save for a single man smoking a cigarette outside the cafe. Please don't talk to him. You greet him with a nod, who responds in kind. Aside from the old man, he is the only person you find, but maybe you ought to be expected at this time of night. Whoops, I pressed the wrong button. Actually, I might as well save. Why not? You make way through the empty station. There's no one to greet you but the boarding platform. The bus is so dark, you can barely make the driver's silhouette. As soon as you sit down and recline, you... Oh, right, yeah. As soon as you sit down and recline, you try and process the night's events, but your thoughts skitter away. It's so hard for you to say for sure exactly how long you've been travelling. All the airports, truck stops, train stations, and ports mixed together. The relentlessness of unending travel is the only constant. It doesn't take long for you to give up. A merciful warmth seeps from your chest as you fall asleep. Okay, so we're now at the hotel. Surprisingly, no dick at the moment. Oh, I shouldn't be saying this shit. A few days later. It's just a nice story so far. The horizon sprawls across the stained windshield. The radio's tune as disintegrate into static. The AC can't keep up with the sun's heat on the car's roof. The desert stretches on the entire horizon ahead, a wasteland of flat yellow plains. To the right, about 100 meters off the road, the dusty soil gives way to a sharp cliff. A valley peeks out beneath it, stretching to the blue horizon. You check the deed again, but you couldn't read it. You couldn't read it at first. Maybe you were too tired, but now the once gibberish characters make some sense to your brain. It's like reading a language that had bounced off from your native tongue a few centuries prior. It is just alien enough to be unrecognizable at first. However, as you squint hard enough, you find that the characters remind you of your alphabet, and then the words' meaning pop into your head. It's unsettling in a way. It feels as if your brain is shifting from inside out the more you look into it. Fucking hell. But try as you might, it's hard to even acknowledge this discomfort. It melts away at the blink of an eye. You squint at the deed. Just an hour ago, you had checked it and realised how close you were to the address. And so you got into your car and set out. A newfound curiosity and a nagging anxiety fighting out in your chest. Maybe the old man really had given you something of value after all, not a worthless scrap paper. Could it really be? You got a deed for a hotel from a senile man in a cafe. Sure, not many would complain about getting something for free like that, but at the same time, most would argue it feels wrong. Your hotel should be just farther ahead. You turn on the engine and set off again. Was that necessary? It pops up on the horizon just 5 minutes later. A while later, you pull into this gravel parking lot. Ooh, that's actually quite fancy. Kinda. The needs some work though. It's like looking back in time at what must have been one of the greater hotels of the 30s and 40s. It's built entirely out of marble in an Art Deco style. It's majestic, grandiose even, but utterly ruined by age and made eerie by its surroundings. Who thought building such an incredible place in the desert would be a good idea? You look to the infinite horizon behind you. There is nothing aside from the hotel. No plants of any kind, no cacti, bush, or even dead trees. Only a hotel in the middle of a desert, built on top of the cliff's wall. No animals either. The sky is blue, without a cloud or bird of prey in sight. The ground beneath you has no bugs, not even a scorpion or spider. Well, we've just been tricked, haven't we? There were no other cars on the road either. You look back at your car's panel. The odometer indicates you've only driven 4 miles. The car's hood is cool to the touch, as if it had been off for hours. What the hell? You look back to the hotel as you think about all those details. Something catches your eye, however. A porch overlooking the valley beneath the hotel. Oh wow. The valley stretches to the cloudless horizon, framed to the right and left by more cliffs. Looking down to the bottom, you can just make out the outline of a dry riverbed stretching out. Jesus Christ, what the hell have we got ourselves into? You notice that there's a cave opening in the cliff wall. I don't see it. Right below the hotel. Its exit is lined with statues, the details of which you can't make out at this distance. Right outside, there are rocky tiles spreading out in pathways. You'd wager a guess it made for a labyrinth of sorts when the river was flowed. Fucking hell. Oh, that. Whoops. Wrong button. Yeah, that makes more sense for the thing at the beginning. The maze ends with a single pathway leading to the high mound, which would have easily stood as an island in the middle of the flooded valley. This region's terrain is much like the hotel. It may have been beautiful a long time ago. Now it's eaten away by time. Your reflection is broken as a more pressing matter sneaks up on you, the heat. Regardless of the weirdness around you, there's no escaping the sweltering sun. You walk to the entrance. The doors are unlocked. Well, that's a good sign. It's hard to tell how long this place has been abandoned. The building itself surely is old. The exterior is severely decayed. It wouldn't be surprising if the interior is teeming with wild animals, rotten walls, and fallen pieces of ceiling. But instead it's just dusty, humid and stagnant too. The walls are water damaged and there's a lot of mold. However, it's not as bad as one would think. You call out in the hope anyone might be there. Maybe some squatters, but just like outside, there's no sign of life at all in the hotel. You walk up to the reception. The counter is as dusty as you expect, and there are pens and yellow pieces of paper strewn about. It seems whoever was here left this place in a hurry, who knows how many years ago. There's a door behind the reception desk, which leads you to a small but dignified office that seems to have been left under a similar state of hurry. There are even portraits on the table showing black and white pictures of a smiling family. On the corner of the room there's a rusted safe. Which should you investigate? Okay, you know what? I'm going to leave it here as a good enough starting point for the what's about to happen. So it's just a deed here. And you got other things here. And then there's like okay, there's a lot of achievements. Okay, I'm not going to look through them because I don't want to spoil anything. But yeah, this is where I'm going to leave this part. So thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, please leave a like, subscribe to the channel. Also, send me videos. It helped me a lot. As I said at the start, we'll keep playing until there's nudity. So far, nothing yet. It's not as far as I noticed in the recording. But yeah, so far the story is interesting. So, with that being said, thank you for watching. I've been Kipty. Until next time, see you later.